Hi everyone, welcome back. Welcome back to How Do I Love Thee? Let me count the days. I am no longer going to be saying day whatever because I was watching a few of the videos back and I said day number 2 for 2 videos. So I was like, should I just release both of them the same day? And right now we're on Struggleville to get all of them completed before February 1st. So the answer is no. All right, so what you see before you on this side is a mess. And right here we have a stepper card tutorial template. I didn't watch the video. I've made stepper cards before. I just couldn't remember some of the details, and I've tweaked this a little bit, but I got it from Creative Moments with sandy.blogspot.com. This website is still valid, so if you want to learn how to do it, definitely go there and check it out. All right, in keeping up with my new kind of, I'm going to make X amount of cards, I'm going to show you how to do them. I already have some in the background that I've been working on. And this is not very Valentine's Day-y to me, but I like it. This is all from K & Company that I picked up from probably Tuesday morning a while back, and it's right here. All my embellishments I've been trying to work through on the side, so it's a little bit wow. But you see this flower right here. I glued down a little bee. This bee is getting ready to pollinate this flower, and we have a little ladybug. I don't have a sentiment, and that's the one thing that I'm kind of like kicking myself in the behind for. I don't know what's going on with me in that. So in keeping with the instructions says that we need a 8.5 by 5.5 sheet of paper. So basically what we're going to do is just cut a sheet of paper in half on the long side. So we're just going to cut it at the 5.5 side. Make sure your paper's lined up because, you know, sometimes it isn't. I'm using a cream cardstock. I got this from Hobby Lobby. It says it's heavy duty, but it doesn't really feel as heavy as some of the other heavy duty paper. So it could be 110 or 65. I think you just need to have a good solid base and work from there. All right, so we got our papers cut. Now comes the fun math. Okay, as you can see, her paper says score, the red lines are score, so score 1 inch, 2 inches. In between this, you're going to score 4 1/4 and 5 1/4. What I have decided to do, and right here, this is supposed to be at a 1 1/4 and a 4 1/4 cut. I mean score. You're going to cut that. So I didn't like that because for the layering, I was like, this is stressing me out. So what I am going to do is I'm going to go to the 1 inch mark right here on my scoreboard, move a sheet of paper right there, and I'm going to score at the 1, 2, 5 1/4, turn it over. I'm going to go back with my paper at the 1 inch, 1, 2, 5 1/4. Now I'm just going to turn the score lines. You can barely see them, but it's a score here, and the camera wants to keep adjusting. So right here, I'm going to come to the 1 inch on my scoreboard, and at the very first score, I'm going to take it and score all the way down to the 5 1/4. And then I'm just going to turn it over and do the exact same thing. Am I really concerned that we're scoring it on opposite sides? No, because we're going to cut those lines and we're going to fold over. So now I'm going to take this back and I'm going to go to my 4 1/4 section on my scoreboard, and in between those two score lines that we just made, I'm going to score right there. And now you can see our scores are here. Okay, so now we're going to cut. All right, so now what you can decide is if you want to use your scissors or if you want to use your scoreboard. I'm just going to go with the scoreboard. I'm going to take this edge of the paper all the way to the number 1 on the scoreboard, and I'm going to go to the number 1 on the measuring side, and I'm just going to go down. Now my trimmer is really not liking me right now because I've been messing with the paper, and you know, sometimes your things cut better with the grain of the paper, and I have been apparently going against the grain on a lot of this when I've been cutting it. So you just have to be mindful. If you decide to use scissors, Good luck on you. All right, so we got these, and we're going to mess with this in a little bit. I've already pulled the paper out, and it's not super, super Valentine's, but it's going to work. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take, came from a 6x6 paper pad, and we're going to cut it just like we would a regular sheet of paper to make it fit our front of the card. And I'll explain all that to you in a second. So we're going to cut this paper at 5.5 by 4 1/4. Once you do that, you're going to turn this paper back lengthwise, and you're going to go to the inch mark. And so now the long part is on here, and you're going to go from the very top, and you're going to cut down to 3 1/4. Then you're going to do the same thing on this side. You're going to go on the 1 inch, and you're going to cut down 3 1/4 if you hold your paper properly. Apparently I didn't. Okay. Now, because I seem to not be able to cut straight, I'm just going to put this paper to the 1 inch mark, and I'm going to cut an inch inside. Okay. And this comes off. Save this. The same thing with this. I'm going to put it to this inch mark, and I'm going to cut it to the inch. Save it. All right, so now you have your T shape, and my paper trimmer is leaving little scragglies behind, so I'm just going to take my scissors and do it a little slight trim. This does not matter in the grand scheme of things, but it matters to me because I like for the paper not to look raggedy looking. And so we have our pieces that we cut off. And now what you're going to do is you're going to take your bone folder, and you see how this looks on the one side and then it looks all scraggly on this side. I don't like that at all. So I'm just going to trim this up real quick. Hopefully it don't make a big mess. And if it does, you know, we can always start over. But save these scraps. Save them. Because, you know, I feel like even though it is just paper, heavy duty paper is a little bit more expensive than standard weight that we use. Okay, so we have our scores, and now what we're going to do is we're going to just fold them over, and we're going to take this fold and bend it down. Same here, just like that. All right, and now with this one, there we go. And we're going to do some burnishing. Now, I'm not sure why this paper is acting a little bit crazy right here with the crease, because we definitely scored it at the proper location. So we're just going to work that in some, just like this. And now we're going to take our glue and adhere this on. So this is what I had a problem with the other measurements, because they measured out 1 1/4, and I was like, do I really want to try to figure out how to make a skinnier tee? And I was like, no, I'm okay with this. And I've done this before. Like I said, I did this before, and I used a different person's template, and I couldn't find that in inches again. I have got to start doing better with my measurements that I find online. Like, I need to put them in some type of storage container, a notebook, and put them all together. Because, you know, I'm not sure if this is the year of organization, but it's definitely the year of doing better for yourself, right? All right, so now we're going to take our inch piece that we cut off here. And I'm using cream color paper. It may not look like cream to you, but it is definitely a cream color. So I want to get papers that will complement the cream more so than anything. I did do this in white paper with heavy duty cardstock, and the colors that I was using, I was like, let's try cream. And so I was like, yeah. And then I got a purple, and the purple was just like, no, we're not gonna go. It's not gonna look right. So today we're thinking about our gardener, the person that has a beautiful garden. And the reason why I said it is because, you know, inside this card, you're going to be giving him or her a gift certificate to the local nursery. So we're going to put a lot of flowers on here. And so I'm just looking and, you know, picking these out to see which ones match. And I think we're going to put this little butterfly here. Now, what you can do if you want to stand your card up, you can decide if you want to put the butterfly here or there when it lays flat. But, you know, honestly, who's going to lay this card flat when you give it to them and it's dimensional and they know how to open it up and they have a gift certificate in inside? You're going to put your butterfly here. And if you do it here, the only thing is you have to worry about whatever you're going to put on the top. So we're going to put our little butterfly right there. And this one's a really pretty butterfly as well. So we're going to do this. No, we're going to leave this here. We're not going to be extra, right? Nope. I have 0 sentiments. I never have sentiments. I'm realizing that more and more. And we're going to put this dragonfly right here. Okay. And then, actually, I think we're going to put the dragonfly right there. Yeah. I like for it to kind of pop, the things to pop up. So that would be really cool. And we're going to put us a little birdie here. And I'm going to find a little small sentiment to go here or there. Maybe, you know, I think I have something. So we're going to go ahead and glue this down. And we're just going to glue one wing down. And we're going to just glue these petals down. Because we want the card to be dimensional, even if it's flat, right? Of course, you can use foam tape or anything, pop-ups, all the dots that you have if you want to. I feel like this would be something that you would give the person in something else, so you really don't have to worry about it being super duper flat. And so when you lift it up, it should look like that. And we'll have our sentiment here. And on the inside, it will be that gift card or a note saying, you know, you're the greatest gardener in the whole wide world. We love you. Go buy more marigold flowers. I don't know. All right, so that is that. And we're going to go ahead and just do the other one together as well. So we're going to do 2 today. All right, so in case you missed it, you're going to score 1 inch, 2 inch, 5 1/4, and then in between this flap, you're going to score at 4 1/4. And then when it comes time to fold it over, this will be your peak or valley, peak, right? Or I meant mountain. This is also a peak, right? Now this fold, the first fold is the valley fold. It's going down, so you see how it ducks in. So this one will be up and that one will be down. I think whoever started making these cards different shapes besides just open and close are amazing people. Definitely my kind of person, except for the numbers. You know, whenever I see people make these and they have all these weird numbers, I'm like, can I do it? And if I can, is it an easier way to do it? Because I don't want to stress out over math for something I find to be enjoyable. Now, I find that these papers are a little bit off. And, you know, I trust that the paper companies are selling me legitimately sized papers, but I find that that is not always the truth. And I could have cut it off a little bit. And when I mean off, like off the cut, a scotch. But I don't think I did. I just think some of the papers are off. Like I know for a fact, some of the ones from Michael's don't measure out properly. They give you a little bit more to work with. I guess they know that we sometimes may make mistakes. And they're like, oh, let's give them 1/8 of an inch just in case, right? I need more than 1/8. Give me 2 or 3 extra sheets of paper. Forget 1/8. Anyway, I do love this orange color. It's very pretty. I always think, you know, people that wear orange. I tend to wear salmon color, orangey red, because I feel like it complements my everything, my skin tone and all that really well. I tried to wear brown before, and my mom was like, no, don't wear brown. And then I was watching Aunt Bex a while back. She had did a unboxing of some surprise fabric she had bought from somewhere, and she was like, don't ever wear flesh tone. And I instantly thought of my mom saying, no, don't wear brown. Because, you know, flesh tone have you looking like you're not wearing any clothes at all. So, a flesh tone, right? All right, so we're just burnishing that down and in together. And again, this is for our gardener or maybe someone else. And, you know, I really wanted to focus on like Valentine stuff, but I pull this out and here we are. So now we're going to put this butterfly right here. So since we have this butterfly right here, you really can't do much on this side, and that's okay. We will be okay. Just checking the back to make sure I didn't put any glue here because I don't want it to, I'm rubbing it off. I don't want it to adhere to the back of the card, but we're going to put a little something right. No, that's too much. We're going to do this just, no, that may be too much too. Let's just work through it. Let's work through it. I'm going to put this on this side. Okay. And I just put some glue right there on the bottom. And now I'm going to find a sentiment. I think I have a sentiment that says bloom where you plant it or grow where you plant it or something like that. Or you don't need one if you can find a good piece to cover it up. But it doesn't look like I planned it out very well, does it? Oh, we can do this flower right here. No, they don't look right. So we'll definitely, I'm going to pull out one more thing and see. Let's do this little ladybug. Nope. Nope. All right, so we'll leave that blank as is. All right, so yeah, we'll leave that blank as is, and we'll just figure out a sentiment. I could probably put like a circle or something, but maybe I'll go with something at the bottom. But these are our two little stepper cards for our collaboration, our series that we're doing. How do I love thee? Let me count the days. And I know it's not truly Valentine's, but you know, you may want to give this to someone that's a nature lover. And you know, you put a gift card in inside. I do like them a lot. And then we have our other one that we did. So I'm sticking to making 4 to 5 cards. I already got all the stuff laid out. I just don't want to, I don't want you to have to watch me layer the pieces up. But I did enjoy making these a lot. I want to say thank you all for watching. Until next time, happy crafting.